Box Elder Burl. Pretty much goes all the way through it. I'm not sure what we're going to do with it yet. I have to move a few things around the garage and take the car out and do some other things. Then we'll put our gear on and we'll get to turning. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a close-up of it. No idea what it's going to turn out like yet. Just have to wait and see what the wood tells me. So let me get everything figured out and we'll get to turning. All right, finished the outside, sanded up to 400. As you can see, still have some of the burling left in here, which is kind of what I was going for. I had more, but it just kind of worked its way out in the sanding. There was a little dip in here that I was trying to hang on to, but it kind of fell out. I got the bottom done, got an insert for my emblem. As you can tell, looks really good. It's very smooth. I'm not gonna put a finish on it yet. Every time I do, I end up having to redo the outside. So I'm just gonna wait till I get the inside done and then we'll put a finish on it. It will probably be the usual Howard's Feed & Wax. So let me get this turned around and this crack. I may take part of the top of this off just so that crack's not quite so big, but we'll see when I get it turned around. Bring you back when we get ready to do that, or once we get it turned around, we'll bring you back. I do believe, I think I just lost my motor. It's been weak, and I was gonna replace the brushes in it, which I'll still probably do first. But I cleaned the brushes and cleaned the contacts before, and it still was kind of just weak and doesn't always start on its own. So it looks like at this point, the reset's not good. It's plugged in. The lights are all plugged into the same switch. So that's not, it's got power, but it doesn't have any go. So I guess I'll troubleshoot this, and we'll continue this when I figure out the problem. But I suspect it's the motor. Good thing is I just checked a few days ago, and Nova has them in stock, and they're not bad. That's a lot cheaper than another lathe. So I'll spend the $169 and get another motor if the brushes and cleaning the contacts don't fix this one, but it's awfully warm. So I think it just may have given up the ghost. 2.5 years, and I've put it through the ringer. I've done things on here I shouldn't have done, so I'm not going to complain about it. Not at this point, but hopefully we'll get it fixed pretty quick and we'll get back on this. Well, that was tedious. It took me quite a while to sand this up. The outside actually sanded pretty smoothly. The inside did not want to. It had all this figure in it, and it was kind of chattery when I was doing the inside of it, so that may have been part of it, but it just didn't want to smooth out. But I finally got it. It sanded up to 600. This is Box Elder Burl, and it's one of the few pieces I have left of it. I was given a really big chunk of it, and because of my shop, I had to cut it all down. But we're gonna put some finish on this now. And as usual, it will be Howard's Feed and Wax. So let's get to it. I'll let this sit up, and I will use a couple of coats because this is absorbing it really quickly. So I'll probably put a couple of coats on this. It's got a recess, so I don't believe there'll be anything else to do to it. I will, if you hadn't noticed, if you did notice, I started this little project here with my old lathe, and that's when the motor died. I was in the middle of hollowing this out when the old lathe bit the dust. So that was back in February. So this bowl has taken quite a while. You can see there's some of the burl here that's still natural. All along this bottom edge here, there's a little bit of it throughout, pretty much all of it. Inside is smooth as silk. And there's a big difference. My other lathe, even, well, of course I haven't used the new lathe since it got a new motor in it, because the controller went out on it at the same time that the motor went out on it. So, but there's a drastic difference. This has got a digital readout, and throughout all the hollowing and all of the sanding and everything else, there's nothing. With whatever speed it was going, it kept going no matter what I did. Of course, I was careful. When I'm hollowing, I'm a lot more careful than when I'm grinding away the outside, because it's usually not as secure. But nonetheless, my old lathe, even when it was fairly new, if I was to put my hands on it really hard, like to buff it or something, the speed would go down. And before I worked on this, I worked on a small piece of mahogany just to make sure that I still had some skills left and didn't have to learn all over again. So I did that mahogany, and then sanding and polishing and putting finish on it, none of it, it never slowed down at all. So this is gonna be a new deal for me. This lathe is a lot more stronger and a lot more oomph to it than the old lathe did. So I look forward to it. But I will post some pictures at the end so everybody can see it when I get it off of here, but it's gonna take several coats. And when I'm done with it, like I said, I'll get some pictures up. I appreciate y'all's watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you feel like sharing it, please go ahead and share it. I would appreciate it. And I thank you all for your time.